Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cary, Condotta, your 12th District Representative from Olympia. Well, we are traveling into week 3 at this point. Seems like it's moving rather quickly and things are hot and heavy already. Let's go back and review the process quickly because I didn't do that in my first video. And that is, the bills are dropped, the bills go to certain committees for hearings. The hearings are done in those House committees. This is on the House side. And then if they are exec'd out, they will go up to rules and sit waiting for floor action. And then once they go through the floor, if they're voted off the floor, they'll be sent over to the Senate, and the Senate will go through the same process again. Now this will take place over a period of 105 days. This entire rotation, it can go fast, it can go slow, but there are certain cutoffs. And that's what's happening right now is there's cutoffs, and we are seeing a huge volume of bills. And so everybody is a little bit frantic to make sure their bill gets heard and their bill gets exec'd. And of course, along the way, there's amendments. And so these bills can change rapidly from one to the next. The most exciting bill I think we've got on the Hill this year is one that I'm promoting myself, which is a tourism product. It's a statewide tourism program. We talked about this a little earlier. We are the only state in the union. 49 other states have a tourism program. We're the only one that don't. Can you imagine that? Washington, of all places. We have more to offer than most any state, I think, in terms of diverse locations and great tourism areas, a lot of them in our own 12th district. But the state has no promotion. And what's happened, we just had a work session the other day where the folks came in and showed us what's happened. We quit 4 years ago, and our market share is dropping steadily. Montana is getting more tourism. Idaho is getting more tourism. Oregon is way up on tourism. They all have statewide programs. We are actually going down. So it shows that these programs work. And the fact is, all the other states are increasing their investments. California itself is now spending $100 million a year on just tourism. That's an amazing number. We're looking at spending $5 million, countered by $10 million from the private industry, and getting this program kicked off at $15 million. We think it'll bring back between $30 and $45 million in revenue. So not a spending bill for $5 million, an investment of $5 million to bring back more money. And that's the way you do it. You don't raise taxes, you boost the economy. And what better way to boost the economy in Washington State, and particularly in the 12th District, than tourism? So we're very excited about that bill. We've had a number of presentations. It will be voted out of committee this week. It will go to the next committee, which is appropriations. That's the toughest part because we have to come up with the money there. And in this budget environment, that won't be easy, but I think it's an investment that we have to make to continue to see our economy grow and our tourism business grow. The other states are doing it, we should too. All right, so other things happening. Lots of bills, I said, floating, some getting exec. We have some wine bills. The marijuana program is getting some more adjustments. There's all kinds of things going on here, but the first bill did come to the House floor. It's a big one, and it kind of surrounds the McCleary decision on funding, and that is extending the levee lift, which would avoid the levee cliff. It's kind of complex, but not really. We've done it twice before. What it essentially says is we're going to punt this thing down the road because we haven't solved the education funding program. This would punt it down the road till next year. It takes all the heat off us to solve the problem. 35 of us on the floor voted no, we're not going to extend it any further. We've done this twice. It's time to solve the education funding problem. It's time to do it this year, and we intend to do just that, and we intend to have a solution on the table within 105 days. We don't want to be here till June or July. We did that last time. It wasn't very productive. So we will have a solution on the table before 105 days. Let's see what the other side has. We're glad to look at that, and we'll see how it comes together. This is your State Representative Cary Condotta from Olympia. We'll see you next week.
The legislative session is now well underway. What have been the highlights so far?
Well, on January 9th, I was sworn in, an extremely exciting day for both myself and my family. And then we got to hear the governor's State of the State address. I was also shown the ropes in caucus and my many committee meetings. I serve on education, capital budget, and tech and economic development.
Tell us about your first bill and what it will do.
So on Friday of this last week, I had the privilege of testifying on my first bill, House Bill 1309. What this bill does is allow private property owners who are in the Designated Forest Lands program an opportunity for an exemption out of that program after a wildfire is hit. They can be exempted from that program without paying taxes or penalties.
So, where does the bill go now?
Well, if the bill is voted on next week and exec'd out of committee, we'll have the opportunity to vote on it on the House floor.
What else should we know?
I want folks back home to know that the best ideas for bills come from the constituents we serve. So if there's something we can do in my office to help you or to improve the daily lives of the citizens in the 12th District, please contact my office.